Okay.
Hi, Adrian.
Hey.
So my question is the following. Last time you said that during a Vipassana retreat, for your addiction stopped, and then the minute you started talking again, it came back, or the thought came back. No?
Right.
And it, I feel kind of a similar pattern as when I am alone or when I am in context like this. It's very easy or relatively easy to feel a sense of peace and oneness with people and things around me. But there are certain relationships or people that feel other to me and with whom somehow this feeling of oneness is really hard to maintain. And through what you said today, I have some hints, or I feel like the pathway of understanding is closer, but I feel I'm missing some piece. And I would like to have some light on that.
So you're feeling them to be other. In other words, you're feeling to be separate from them.
Yes. Yeah. Like it's very hard to understand and to have compassion
Mhm.
on certain relationships. Like I feel they bring, like I have some clues with like uh, body uh, body pain from Eckhart Tolle, no? That I feel okay, maybe it's like raising
Pain.
this, yeah, the pain body. Maybe with those relationship I have, the pain body is more active somehow or
Mhm.
activated. Yeah.
You understand that what you're looking at when you see them through your eyes and what you're looking at is one and the same consciousness, right? The understanding is quite clear that the container of your experience is universal consciousness, and the two characters appearing, you and the other annoying, when I hear that right, character, is appearing in consciousness, in you. And that in reality, those two apparent people have no reality outside of that which we also feel here in those meetings, this oneness, right? This togetherness, this felt sense that we're sharing one being, no matter how many images appear. The understanding is growing in you clearly. Nevertheless, unfortunately, this pretty clear understanding seems to get obscured by strong feelings, pain body. Right? Firstly, what is really important in those moments is, hopefully, I mean, if you lose yourself in the pain body, in the feeling, then it's not much you can do, right? Then you are on the train of separation and the other one is going in the other direction and it's all a mess. But a moment of spaciousness, of awareness, of presence may come back, maybe not in the pain body interaction with the apparent other, but at least after, where you have a chance to get off the train and sit down on a bench and remember what you have understood previously. And you can, with a certain spaciousness, you can see, this was very convincing, but actually I know it's not true. Still, most likely in the body, you still will feel this emotion that will tell you otherwise. So the one thing is to remember the truth, to remind yourself of what you have understood. Either after you jump off the train of separation of pain body, or you catch it even before. You jump on that train, you're like, oh, there it is, this wave of energy field taking me, wanting to make me feel separate to the other, and then we have, yeah? I can jump off or not even jump on the train, so to speak, and stand in the firm knowledge, firm understanding of what I am. But that is not always available, very much understood, depending on the intensity of the wave of energy, of emotion that comes up. I might find myself on the train. Important is the moment I come off the train to become very clear again that this is just an energy, an emotion, a sensation, especially in my body that I'm aware of, and I am the awareness which is aware of it. And I do the self-inquiry, so to speak, in that moment when it's available to me again. I do the self-inquiry and come back to that which is aware and shine the light on this pain body, which usually will be like a knot in my heart or in my tummy, right? Or like, and it will kind of rage and try to tell me otherwise. And I just come back to this clear seeing and feeling, especially feeling the feeling as sensation. And that's the second part, which is very important, which we hopefully will dive deeper into when we maybe find a bit of a better setting in Thailand. I would like to make like a weekend intensive, where we not only have satsang, but maybe a couple of body contemplations. Because just as you discovered, like everybody else discovers, the one thing is to understand, the other thing is to feel, to actually have that felt sense of not being separate. Because this felt sense of separation is stored in my subtle body. And when I get triggered through a life situation, or especially through other people, then the fire of that emotion, of that sensation is so strong that many of us tend to forget in that moment. So not only the understanding, the jnana is helpful then, but to actually to come about to this deeper felt sense understanding, this experiential understanding of being not separate in my body. It's very helpful to shine the light of awareness also on our bodies, as we have discussed before, so that we don't only know, but also feel the other as myself. Then it's much, much, much easier to apply the understanding in daily life. But we don't need to wait for the weekend retreat. Make sure in our meetings that you're always listening, not only with your mind, with your head, but with your whole body to the satsang. That you're there as a receptive sponge, as a whole, that your subtle body is included and your physical body is included in this satsang, that you're listening with your whole being, that you are aware of this inner, what Eckhart Tolle calls the inner body, this energy field that which is your subtle body, which is your mind, by the way, that none of that is excluded in satsang. And not only in satsang, but also in life. Make sure when you go out into the jungle of the world to never lose touch with this energy field, with this inner body, with this vibrational field of sensation of mind, so to speak. So the light of awareness that you are shines in life, in those life situations, always on those sensations. So they get, so to speak, enlightened, freed in the moment when it happens. Like now, you can feel this inner body, right? This field of energy, this sensational body, I call it sometimes.
Yes, I was muted again. I do, and it's true that most of the time I feel like when it's people that I don't know or that I don't have an old relationship with, it's easier to get the felt sense. But when it's very old relationship with maybe old maybe emotions that are stuck, I understand now through what you just said, that maybe it's a lot about old emotions that are stuck and that get reactivated somehow.
They know how to push your buttons, those old friends. Yes. So with the light of understanding, I hope you can appreciate them for pushing.
I am very
those
grateful to some extent, but sometimes the shit cannot always be happy.
Yes. So bring this inner body into all of your interactions, especially in those situations where you feel that they have the power to push your buttons. We'll practice that also in different ways. We will also go into these contemplations when we get into those weekends where we practically actually enhance what's happening here in those meetings anyways, in the silence in the background, where we can enhance that a bit by seeing this body being actually infinite and universal. And know that this felt sense, oneness, understanding is not a feeling, is not a sensation. If you wait for a feeling or a sensation or a thought to confirm to you that you're not separate from them, it's just this band-aid that I spoke about today, right? You don't confuse yourself for that emotion. The feeling of oneness, if we want to call it that way, we're using the same words, even it's something totally different. It's more this knowing, this felt sense knowing is not a feeling, it's not a sensation, right? It's just this non-experience of knowing that I am actually not separate from that people, and that the feeling, the sensations, the pain body sensation is appearing in us.
Yeah.
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 And in that way, independent of your own intelligence bringing to you exactly the most annoying people and situations, in your own wish to be free of those knots, right, will happen for a while, but they lose more and more power over your freedom, over your happiness, even when the pain body may be firing at times. And that's what I call happy shit, right?
Yeah.
You can be happy while the pain body is firing. You know that it's just the pain body. You know it's just a sensation in new consciousness. And both can be then there at the same time. And yes, sometimes you may whip over on that side of pain and you jump on the train. No problem. It happens to the best of us. No worries.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of impatience. Like, I catch myself on the train and I'm like, how can you still be on that train after understanding?
And who's impatient?
Yeah.
Are you universal, eternal, infinite consciousness and patient?
Yeah.
See clearly that you awareness you are not on the train.
I'm watching myself being on the train.
The only one who is jumping on the train is the pain body in combination of the ego, and the only one having a problem being on the train is the ego and the pain body, not you.
Yeah.
So see it. As less you resist jumping on the train, as less trains will come by.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay. We have Leslie wrote a question. So is it while we love all in consciousness, we do not necessarily need to like the character of the avatar and can choose not to engage with them? So is it while we love all in consciousness, we do not necessarily need to like the character of the avatar and can choose not to engage with them? Yes. We can very much love everyone without liking everyone. Just because we are universal consciousness, we do not stop seeing the nonsense of the world. Not everything is equal in the manifested world. But essentially we are one. And that's what matters. But this essential knowing will exactly allow you in freedom to walk away from stupid people, if I may say that so. In love. You let them be, you don't want to change them. You, namaste, I see God in you as me, und tschüss.